One of the things that I like about being self-employed is that I'm in the driver's seat. Being independent like that and not having a boss is one of the driving forces behind my motivation to do this job. In the driver's seat, the driving force. Yeah, let's discuss.
Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. It's Michael here from Happy English, and I help people speak English better. This is Happy English Podcast, episode 744, Driving and Road Trips. For today's podcast English lesson, we're going to talk about something that plays a huge role in the daily lives of Americans: driving. Let's take a look at the importance of driving in American culture and the unique tradition of road trips. After that, we'll go over some idioms and vocabulary related to driving. Buckle up and let's get started. In the United States, cars are more than just a way to get from one place to another. They're a significant part of American culture and lifestyle. For many Americans, owning a car is considered essential, especially in suburban and rural areas where public transportation options are limited. The freedom and convenience that come with having a car allow people to commute to work, run errands, and travel long distances with ease. Getting your driver's license is one of the driving forces that transforms teenage life. Here in New York, you can get your driver's license at 17 if you take a driving course at your high school. I was determined to get my license as soon as I turned 17, because your driver's license at that age really drives home the idea that you're becoming an adult. Not to mention, it's the first symbol of freedom for a teenager. I'll never forget the feeling of freedom I had when I first drove my first car on the highway. I was really in the driver's seat for the first time in my life. The other thing that I remember from when I was a kid was that my friends and I would often talk about hitting the road on a cross-country road trip. This concept of packing up the car and hitting the open road for a long journey has been a part of American life for decades. Road trips offer the freedom to explore at your own pace, stopping whenever and wherever you like. Even though we talked about taking a road trip, we basically drove as far as the beach and spent the most amount of time commuting to work and school. After all, I was just 17, and my parents were the ones who were really in the driver's seat in terms of where I could drive. The U.S. has a vast network of highways and roads, making it easy to drive from coast to coast. This car-centric culture has also given rise to the American love for road trips. Whether it's a quick weekend getaway or a cross-country drive, road trips are a popular way for Americans to explore the country, discover new places, and create lasting memories. And now, let's have a look at the vocabulary and idioms from this lesson. The first word is commute. And we use commute as a verb to mean travel between home and work or between home and school. We also use commute as a noun to mean the trip itself between home and work or between home and school. And, like many other verbs, we have commuter, which means the person who travels between home and work or between home and school. Let's look at some examples. I used to commute to my office by train, but now I work from home. In those days, my commute was an hour and a half one way. I remember I would always see many of the same commuters on the train every day. Up next, we have the idiom, the driving force. A driving force is a person or thing that has the power to cause something to happen. I mentioned in the story that getting your driver's license is one of the driving forces that transforms teenage life. This means that getting your driver's license moves you from being a teenager to being a young adult. Here are some other examples. When Steve Jobs returned to Apple in the late 1990s, he was the driving force that brought us the iMac, the iPad, and eventually the iPhone. These days, social media is the driving force behind social change and progressive thinking. Next, we have drive home, which means to make something clear to others by using special emphasis and trying to convince somebody of something. In other words, drive home means to emphasize something. For example, the professor really drove home the importance of studying regularly to succeed in exams. The coach used several examples to drive home the strategy the team needed to win the game. I often drive home the idea that reading is a great way to improve your vocabulary. Next, when you are in the driver's seat of the car, you are in control of the car, right? With this idea, when we say that someone is in the driver's seat, it means that they are in control or in charge of a situation. Here are some examples. Since he started working remotely, Jake is in the driver's seat of his daily schedule, allowing him to balance work and personal activities more effectively. With the contract signed and the project underway, Mark is now in the driver's seat and has full control over the project's direction. More than her husband, Lily is usually in the driver's seat when it comes to making decisions about family activities and vacations. The last one for today is hit the road. And hit the road actually has two different meanings. In the story today, I talked about hitting the road on a cross-country road trip. Hit in this case means to begin, and hit the road means to begin a journey or start traveling. For example, we should hit the road early today to avoid the traffic. After saying his goodbyes, Neil hit the road for his vacation. Let's hit the road and see where the day takes us. We also use hit the road as a casual way to say we want to leave or as a way of telling someone to leave. Here are some examples. It's getting late. I think I should hit the road. I am really tired because I hit the road very early this morning. Hey, hit the road and stop bothering me. Keep in mind, the best way to remember this and any other word or phrase in English is to take that word or phrase, write it in a sentence that's true for you or true in your world, and then memorize your sentences. Hey, did you know that you can get the chance to practice this kind of English with me directly? You can get more practice using your English when you join my Podcast Learner Study Group. There, you can make new friends. Join us for live group lessons every week where we practice these podcast lessons together. Plus, you get access to the PDF transcript and audio download for every Happy English podcast in the past and in the future. And on top of that, each episode has exercises where you can practice this English point with speaking and writing checked by me. To learn more, just visit myhappyenglish.com and choose podcast lesson 744. Remember, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible, and I'm here to help you on your journey.
This podcast was brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.